Hey guys, welcome back. And in this video, I will be showing you all the different math that we will need throughout the rest of the series. We will be covering arithmetic operators, building Python functions, functions for math modules, and some exercises. So let's start without wasting our time. So the first thing, so these are the basics about arithmetic operators. These are the operators that Python have for calculation. Addition operator, subtraction operator, multiplication operator, division by floor, modulus, and a power operator. So I will be explaining each of the operators in VS Code editor with the example. So I will be teaching you the basic arithmetic operators. So let's say we have a variable friends is equal to a value is 0, and we want to increment the number of friends. So we have to use addition operator for that. We already have some experience regarding addition operator in previous videos also. So let's add friends is equal to again friends plus addition and this. If we print this now, then it will add increment the value from 0 to 1 friends. If I run this code, uh, now you have one friend. Congratulations. And to write this in short form, we use augmented operator assignment. So if I make this a comment, friends plus is equal to, this is the augmented assignment assessment. So with the help of augmented assignment operator, we can skip this part, writing friends plus 1 again. We can just write here 1, and it will work the same way. Look, the value hasn't changed. One value has incremented in friends, just like that. So this is a more simpler way of writing this. So now let's subtract value. So let me say I have friends is equal to friends minus 2. If I do this print now, it will show minus 2. So now you have minus 2 friends. To write this in augmented operator type, I will just make this comment 1 sec. Okay, so now you just have to write friends similar way, but just change the subtract option in instead of plus की जगह पे सिर्फ माइनस लिखना है and is equal to and then 2. So it will print the same value minus 2. So now let's multiply our friends. So let me just change this 5. Now you have 5 friends. To use multiplication, you have asterisk symbol to multiply two values. So friends is equal to friends multiply by, let's say, 3. If I print this, you have 15 friends now. So to write this in augmented operation operator form with the help of augmented assignment operator, you make this comment, and in augmented operator form you just have to write like this, asterisk is equal to and then 3. The value will be same, 15. You have 15 friends, nothing changed. Augmented assignment operator is the easier version of writing this because it has small text, मतलब कम है उसमें शब्द और ज़्यादा इजीली लिख सकते हैं और ज़्यादा अच्छा है समझने में भी. So let's do division of our friends. So let's say I have friends and we are dividing our friends in two groups. Friends divide by, this is the slash is the symbol that you use for division. Now you have divided your friend in three groups, three parts. So now your friend is kind of in pieces. Wait a second, it is missing now. So now you have 1.666 something friends in different pieces. Mhm. So if you want to do division in augmented form, you just have to do similar type that I did, but instead of asterisk, you need to put slash. I will do this now. Friends slash is equal to 2. Let's divide our friends between two groups by 2. I mean, yeah. Now you have 2.5 friends in different parts, but now between legs they have been cut. But okay. So now let's me tell you what power operator is. Friends. So friends and asterisk asterisk. It is the power symbol. Like for in this case, it will be like 5 to the power 2. That means 5 multiplied by 5. So 2. If I run this, or the value will be 25. So now you have 25 friends. So to write this power form in augmented assignment operator form, so let me just make this a comment, not this. In augmented form, you just have to write friends asterisk asterisk is equal to 2 and you have 25 friends. It is running again. You have 25 friends. So now we have a modulus operator. Let me comment. So in modulus operator, if we divide two numbers, it gives remainder. So modulus operator basically returns remainder after a division. So I will make this in different variable. Take this remainder is equal to, let's say we are dividing our friends between three parts in three groups. I will change this to 10. Yeah. So if I print now remainder, so if we are dividing our friends between three groups, there is one friend that is remainder, that is remaining. So it remainder operators, I mean modulus operator, finds the remainder instead of the quotient. So if I divide this with 2, it will give me 0 because 10 divided by 2 is evenly divided, so it gives 0. A modulus operator is fairly used to find even or odd. It is for 1 minute. Yeah, even or odd. It is used to find even or odd number, because if a number is divisible by 2, it is even. So let's say in this case 10, we have 10 friends, it is divisible by 2 and gives a remainder 0, so that is why it is even. In the case of odd, let's say we have odd numbers of friends 11. If I print this, there will be a remainder 1, so it is odd. I mean the number is odd. So modulus operator, modulus 2 operator, it is used to find even or odd mostly, we can say that. So for so now we have completed our basic of arithmetic operators. We have done addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, power, exponentiation, and modulus. So now we will be moving to our next type, which is built-in math module function. I will be explaining some of the built-in module in maths. So I will just erase this. No, wait. Let me just make a different file. I will rename this. Let's rename. After that, write point 2 dot py. Let me just complete this writing. So now we will cover some built-in math functions, math related functions. So to do that, let's take three variables. I will take x is equal to 3.14. Y, let's take y is equal to 4, and z is equal to 5. So it doesn't matter if you have taken different values. Uh, it doesn't matter if it integer or float. I mean, yeah, decimal point number. So let's make a variable result. Result is equal to result equal to, let's take a, there is a round function in Python which round off the number which you have given to the nearest value, whole number. So in this case, this is the value variable that we have taken, which means 3.14. So let's print the result. तो देखते हैं क्या होता है कि result. So I will run this. So it is 3, because 0.14 has been removed because we have rounded the function with the help of round function. तो आपको राउंड फंक्शन यूज करने के लिए आपको राउंड एंड parenthesis, and in between those two parentheses you have to write the value that you have to round it. So after round function, I will make this a comment. There is something called absolute. value in which it shows the distance away from the zero as a whole number. So let me, okay, wait, before we do this, I will make it -4, and our result is equal to use absolute value function, you need to use ABS, which means absolute value, and in between, so -4 is away from 0 by 4 places, so it will print 4. So okay, the absolute value is the distance away from the 0 as a whole number. So -4 0 से 4 स्पेसिस दूर है, तो इसलिए 4 प्रिंट हुआ वहाँ पे। आप ये प्रिंट करवाने के लिए ABS का यूज़ कर सकते हैं। तो इसको मैं एज इट इज़ कर देता हूँ, एंड वी हैव अनदर समथिंग कॉल्ड पावर, पाव, which, wait, I will write this, result is equal to POW. This is the power function. Like in previous example, I have taken this with the help of 2 asterisk. This, in this case, I will take let's say y, comma, and तो सबसे पहले आपको पावर में लिखना है कि आपको कौन सी नंबर को चेंज करना है, मतलब कितनी पावर से करना है। ये नंबर है हमारा, और इसको हम मान लीजिए कर रहे हैं 3, तो इसका मतलब होता है 4 × 4 × 4, 3 बार। और if we print this result, the value will be shown 64, because 4 × 4 × 4 is 64, so it is taking some time. You will get there. Yeah, 64. Yes. So we also have something called max, which prints the maximum value between various digits values. So I will make again result, no, sorry, result is equal to and max. So we need to find max between max number, which is the maximum value between x, y, and z. Now if I print this, it will show 5, because z is maximum number we have. We also have something called a minimum. It prints minimum value. I will just copy it and paste here and change this to min. Min function finds the minimum value between the digits you have written here, the placeholders, variables you have written here. So the minimum value we have between x, y, and z, it is 3.14. That is what here it will print. So 3.14 has been printed. So I have shown you some built-in math functions. These are the functions that you can always use. आपका जब भी आप ऐसे प्रोग्राम कर रहे हो, आप हमेशा यूज कर सकते हो इसको. But there are some times when you need some advanced features also. So in that case आपको import math करना होगा, which is the module, math module. In that you have different options. Like for example, आप अगर पाई की वैल्यू प्रिंट करवाना चाहते हो बिना ऐसे कुछ किए, आप जस्ट import math टाइप करेंगे, देन ये इंपोर्ट कर लेगा मैथ मॉड्यूल को। और उसके बाद आपको फॉर एग्जांपल प्रिंट करना है पाई की वैल्यू, प्रिंट मैथ डॉट पाई। to print this it will print the value of pi, which is, wait, 3.14, but it will print more than 2 decimal, yeah, 3.1415926553 and etc, so on. So with the help of math function, math module, you can print many constant. For example, if I print Euler's number, which is denoted by constant e, small e, if I print this, it will print Euler's numbers also. This is the Euler's number 2.71828818 and so on. So with the help of math function, math module, I mean, you just have to import math, and there will be so many functions that you can use, so many features. I will make this a comment and I will show you. There is something called square root. You can find square root with the help of function, which is available in import math module. So if I print, okay, let's print result and wait, यहाँ पे मैं एक बार रिजल्ट नाम का वेरिएबल क्रिएट कर लेता हूँ, su result, in which, like, this is the syntax you have to use, math dot the function you will be using here. So I am using square root function, which is denoted with sqrt, and after that you have to use parentheses. Under between those parentheses you have to put the variable name or the value that you have to print. So let me create a value, x is equal to, take let's take x is equal to 9. So if I want to know what is the square root of 9, it will print, okay, it is taking some time, it will print 3, because we all know square root of 9 is 3. Yeah, it will print in 3 float depth point number in float form, so it is 3.0. And we have another function which is called ceil. Okay, let's make another result, sult, and in that फिर से मैं एक बार ये सिंटेक्स लगा देता हूँ, मैथ डॉट द फंक्शन यू आर यूजिंग, yes. So what this function do is it round up any value, मतलब any float number you type, it rounds up it. So for example, if I put it 9.1, and if I run this code, so it will round up. So 9.1 का जब हम प्रिंट करेंगे तो वैल्यू 10 प्रिंट हो जाएगी. So ceil will always round up the value, the floating point number you take. Even if I take 8.1, it will convert it into 9. Yeah. And we have another function which is floor. फ्लोर क्या करता है? फ्लोर डायरेक्ट अपोजिट है इस सील का. फ्लोर राउंड डाउन करता है वैल्यू. So in my case I'll take 9.9, and if I print result is equal to math dot में floor, floor and variable x, तो हम इसको अगर प्रिंट करेंगे so it will print 9. या तब देख सकते हैं यहाँ पे 9 प्रिंट हो गई है, because floor is the function that always round down the number, round down the float number you have written. So now we have covered all of this. We have covered import function, how import function works, and some building function is in Python program, and arithmetic operators. Now we will be solving some exercise. Let me just remove it. So our first exercise is to calculate the circumference of a circle. So to do this, we need the help of math class. So we will import math module, math with the help of import math function. So to calculate the circumference of a circle, we know that the formula is 2 pi r. So the first thing we need is a radius, which is a user input. Radius is equal to input. Enter the radius of a circle. So I will typecast radius into float. After this, I will make a variable circumference. Just wait a minute. Let me just copy this from here and paste it. So we will make a circumference variable where we will put the formula to multiply by pi. We can take pi with the help of math module, math.pi, and then multiply radius. And I will print the circumference with the help of f string. I will print the wait, yeah, circumference is wait, yeah, and here circumference, and I will run this program. So Yeah, it is running now. It is taking a bit of a time. So yeah, now it is asking the and to enter the radius of a circle. So let's enter 10.5. So this is the circumference is 65.9734457 and so on. So actually we can round this off also. We don't need, if we need just two decimal places after point, we can round off कर सकते हैं हम इसको with the help of round function. So the round, let me just round. So till how many decimal place we need, we have to put it here. This is the function we are using, round function, and this is the value that will be printed. And how many decimal places we need, we have to add it after comma. So for example, if I needed two decimal places, so I will write 2 here and print. So again I will, okay, again I will type 10.5, and now the circumference is 65.97. And here if I had put an मैंने 3 put किया होता तो it would have been 3 decimal places after point. It is running. So again I will take 10.5 as a radius now, 65.973. Or say actually let's take a unit also, centimeter, so we know what type of data we are dealing with. So again with the same value, 10.5, and now we know the circumference is 65.97 centimeters. So now we will move towards our next exercise, next question. So for our second program now, second exercise, we will find area of a circle. So for this also we need to import math class, import math, and we know the area of a circle is pi r square. So we need to take radius as an input. Radius is equal to input, and we will ask the user enter the radius of a circle. Enter the radius of a circle. We will cast this input into float data type, into float decimal point number, so we can take. Okay, after this we will make a variable area where we will store the area of a circle. यहाँ पे area of circle store होगा, यहाँ पे हम formula fit करेंगे. So we know formula is pi r square. So we can take pi with the help of math function math.pi, pi, and we will multiply with this r square, r की power 2. We can take r की power 2 with the help of power function. So POW. After that, we need to put our radius here, the value we need to power of, and we need power of 2. So this is r square. You could have written it like with the help of two asterisk symbols also, but I will go with this. Now I will print the area with the help of f string. Okay, f string, the area of the circle is. So the area of a circle is, with the help of placeholder, we will put area, the variable here that we want to print, area, and we will run this code program. It is taking a bit of time. So now it is asking enter radius of a circle. So now I will enter radius of a circle 10.5, same as previous one. Okay, now it is printing the area of a circle is 346.3605900 and so on. So like how we have done it in previous program, we can round it off. So I will round this with the help of round function. तो मैं राउंड कर रहा हूँ इसको. ओके, राउंड, and here with the help of comma I will round it to 2 decimal places. Let's add unit also. This is area, so we need centimeter square. So you can okay, 1 minute. Yeah, so this 2 you can add by with the help of alt 0178. This is the keyword you need to use with the help of your num keys, and you must unlock your num key first. So now I will print this value. तो अब इसका आप देखिएगा राउंड ऑफ हो गया और हमने डेसिमल प्लेस भी ले लिया विद द हेल्प ऑफ ओके. नाउ इट इज आस्किंग एंटर द रेडियस ऑफ अ सर्कल. तो हम यहाँ पे लिखेंगे अपना सर्कल का रेडियस. मैं फिर से 10.5 लूँगा. So now the area of a circle is 346.36 centimeters square. So अभी हम अपने नेक्स्ट प्रोग्राम की ओर चलते हैं. Wait a minute, let me just. Oh, so this is our third exercise. We need to find hypotenuse of a right angle triangle. We know the formula is square root of a square plus b square. So according to that formula, we will continue the program. So the first thing we need to do is to import मैथ मॉड्यूल। सो मैथ मॉड्यूल हमने यहाँ पे इंपोर्ट कर लिया, और अब हम लेते हैं सबसे पहले साइड ए ऑफ अ ट्रायंगल। ए वेरिएबल हमने फिर यहाँ पे इनपुट लेते हैं, लेट्स टेक इनपुट एंड एंटर साइड ए। so let's take a in float data type, float टाइप कास्ट कर देते हैं इसको। एक मिनट, यहाँ पे parenthesis closed, let me just copy this and paste it. Yeah, so b is equal to float input enter side b, and now we will print c, which is our hypotenuse. Math dot में math, wait, let me go through from start. The first thing we need is power, and we are printing a to the power of 2, a to the power of 2, and plus b to the power of 2. So this is a to the power of 2, and this is b to the power of 2 with the help of power function. So now we have done this. इसको ब्रैकेट में कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं, parenthesis में. Now we have to put a square root here above in both. So we can do that with the help of square root function, and square root function हम math.sqrt से enable करते हैं. So this is the full formula, under root a square plus b square, and now we can print, let's go with f string, side c is equal to placeholder c. Okay, now it is asking for side a. I will put side a as 3. Let's put side b as 4. So now our side c is 5.0. Okay, so now we have done some questions also. I will give you some quick recap regarding all the things we have completed in this chapter, in this lesson. So this is the recap about math functions. So Python built-in मैथ टूल के साथ जाता है. अब हमारे पास मैथ क्लास भी है, मैथ मॉड्यूल, जो हम इनपुट मैथ से इनेबल कर सकते हैं, ला सकते हैं. सो बिल्डिंग फंक्शंस में क्या होता है? बिल्डिंग फंक्शंस में जैसे राउंड और एबीएस जैसे फंक्शंस है, और जो हमेशा अवेलेबल रहते हैं, आर ऑलवेज अवेलेबल. यू कैन यूज देम एनी टाइम without importing maths. These are the functions round and abs, and different functions you can use every time. But there are some functions when things get more complicated and advanced, you can't use without import math, which is like if you're calculating square root, then you have to import maths. So now moving on, this is the rounding and absolute value and power examples. So you can see here the example is, and this is what it does and functions. So we know round function, मैंने आपको बताया है कि राउंड करता है नियरेस्ट होल वैल्यू की ओर. एंड दिस इज द सील फंक्शन, math.ceil. ये भी import math के साथ जाता है, जो हमेशा राउंड अप करता है. और math.floor ये भी एडवांस है, मतलब import math के साथ जाता है, जो हमेशा राउंड डाउन करता है. ये सब मैंने आपको बताया एग्जाम्पल के साथ. एबीएस एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यू, जो हमेशा डिस्टेंस से 0 से कैलकुलेट करता है एज अ होल नंबर. ये नेगेटिव साइन को रिमूव कर देता है. दिस इज द पावर बेस एंड एक्सपोनेंट, एंड दिस इज द मैथ स्क्वायर रूट फंक्शन टू कैलकुलेट स्क्वायर रूट, और ये फ्लोट वैल्यू रिटर्न करता है. मैं अभी जैसा हमने प्रीवियस क्वेश्चन में किया था एग्जैक्टली वैसे. So now moving on, दिस इज द फाइंडिंग द लार्जेस्ट एंड स्मॉलेस्ट वैल्यू। आप इसको कर सकते हैं मैक्स एंड मिनिमम फंक्शन के साथ। तो मैक्स फंक्शन क्या करता है, लार्जेस्ट वैल्यू निकालता है ग्रुप के अंदर, और मिनिमम एज ए सजेस्ट स्मॉलेस्ट वैल्यू ग्रुप के अंदर ढूंढ के देता है। और यहाँ पे कोई मिस्टेक्स है जो आप कर सकते हो, आप मैथ स्क्वायर रूट को ऐसे प्रिंट कर रहे हो बिना इंपोर्ट मैथ किए हुए, सील को भी ऐसे कर रहे हो, तो ये गलत है। आपको इंपोर्ट मैथ करना होगा एट द टॉप ऑफ द स्क्रिप्ट, जहाँ से आप कोड स्टार्ट कर रहे हो उससे पहले इंपोर्ट मैथ आपको वहाँ पे होना चाहिए, तभी आप इन दोनों फंक्शंस को यूज़ कर सकते हो। So this is the fix. Always add import math as the first line before using any math dot function, otherwise Python raises a name error. So this is the important thing you must always remember. हमेशा याद रखना ये चीज़। और अब ये कुछ क्वेश्चन है, इजी है, आप कर सकते हो इसको प्रैक्टिस। तो सबसे पहले आप पूछिए यूजर से, मतलब एक नेगेटिव वैल्यू लीजिए और उसको एबीएस फंक्शन से, एब्सोल्यूट वैल्यू फंक्शन से प्रिंट करके पॉजिटिव वर्जन में ले आइए। और ये देखिए यहाँ पे फाइंड द स्क्वायर रूट ऑफ 225 यूजिंग मैथ मॉड्यूल। आप तो ये कर ही सकते हैं, स्क्वायर रूट इंपोर्ट मैथ कीजिएगा और स्क्वायर रूट फाइंड कीजिएगा स्क्वायर रूट फंक्शन से। और यहाँ पे थर्ड क्वेश्चन, आस्क द यूजर फॉर 3 डिफरेंट प्रोडक्ट प्राइजेस एंड यूज द फंक्शन टू प्रिंट द मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव वन। So the most expensive is, you have to use max, this max one, max function. Or so that was everything related to some arithmetic operators and math related functions in Python programming. You can go through the summary if you need. This is all the things we have done. So now this is all for this video. I will see you in next video. Bye.